Riley Fox.
Guys, keep that applause going for Micah Wyman hosting all day. Doing a fantastic job. Yeah, this is fun. So she mentioned I recently moved back to town from Oregon. I lived in Portland, Oregon for 6 years. That's the appropriate response, just silence and just like, yeah, it's not impressive at all, dude. Like, I love living in Portland, man. My favorite thing about Portland, bicycles. Everybody in Portland rides bicycles. It's absolutely adorable. Because you have to understand, in a town, if you're riding a bicycle, there's a specific reason for that. Like in Portland, they all ride bicycles because they care about the environment, the carbon footprint. That's fantastic. Go around here, see somebody riding a bicycle, it's like, oh, DUI, okay. Yeah, that closes the case on that one. You're on a court adjourned, I think. Let's get lunch. But it's nice to be back in my home state of Tennessee. It's been kind of weird. It's been tough to be a proud Tennessean these last few years, I gotta be honest. Because Tennessee's been doing some weird things. Like a couple years ago, the state legislature tried to pass a bill to make the Bible the official state book of Tennessee. Now, I have two issues with that. Number one, it's impossible to have an official state book when we don't know how to read. And secondly, Tennessee already has an official state book, the Waffle House menu. So, right there. You do the math because they can, you know what I mean? It's a sad state of affairs. I'm from a small town. Round of applause. Anybody else from a small town here today? Yeah, small towners? All right, then. Y'all are going to relate to this next joke thing. Because I'm from a small town too. And here's how, this will give you an idea how small my town is. Because the smaller your town is, the weirder stuff happens. Like, I used to work at a bar in my hometown, and one day I went into the office behind the kitchen, and pinned to a bulletin board was a job application somebody had submitted to work there, and there was a question that had been highlighted. And it was a question that asked, why did you leave your last job? And this person wrote, I was kidnapped! Yeah. And then next to that, in parentheses, they also added the phrase, will explain later. So let's recap, guys. I was kidnapped, will explain later. Screw Ernest Hemingway, that's the greatest 6-word story I've ever read in my entire life. Because if that was me and I was a manager, I'd give an interview just to figure out how the hell it even happened. Like, wouldn't you? Honestly, like, why wouldn't you want to learn more about that? You know, just like sitting there like, oh, it says you're on your resume, you were kidnapped from your last job. Let me ask you this. Did you cooperate with your captors? No? It's like, no, I was kidnapped. It means I was taken against my will. It's like, oh, well, you see, we value cooperation and teamwork here, so. Good luck. Now, here's where the story gets weird. You want to know what job this guy got kidnapped from? Cracker Barrel. Now, when I would do this joke in Portland, people wouldn't laugh because Portland doesn't have Cracker Barrels. Have you ever had to explain the concept of a Cracker Barrel to somebody who's never heard of one? It's really hard. The best I could come up with is like, okay, imagine sitting at a restaurant thinking to yourself, hey, you know what this food needs? A garage sale? Like, imagine if a TGI Fridays fought for the Confederacy in the Civil War. Like, that's basically a deep fried nutshell. Because those of us who have been to a Cracker Barrel, we all know how easy it is to defend yourself, right? Somebody comes up behind you, tries to grab you, all you can do is reach up for one of the rusty pitchforks they got up there, just jab in the eye, jab in the guts, get back to your chicken fried chicken. It's a perfect system. Y'all have a chicken fried chicken? Oh my God. 3 sides, $11.99. There's a meal that won't break your wall, but it'll break somebody's neck if you try hard enough, guys. Know your surroundings in a Cracker Barrel. Oh, So it is nice to be back in my home state, Tennessee. For those of you who are visiting from out of town, Tennessee, little fact, is number 2 in the country in crystal meth production. Woo! Meth. That usually doesn't. I think that's why we're number 2, honestly, because nobody's getting into the chance, man. That's hell about. People have asked for years, how did meth become such a huge problem in this state? I know exactly why. It's because of the education system in this state. Because I am a product of Tennessee public schools. And it does not bode well, guys. Because look, when I was in school in Tennessee, they would show us videos about drugs and alcohol. And in the video they showed us about crystal meth, this would happen. A man would look right into the camera and he would say the following sentence. He'd go, crystal meth can be made out of ingredients you can find in your local grocery store. And here's what they are. They would just scroll them down the screen. By the way, what class was I sitting in when I saw this? Chemistry, of course. Why? I turned to my teacher, was like, dude, when I asked for an extra credit project, this is not what I had in mind. Like, that's not gonna stop kids from using, like, they're just gonna make them more interested in it because they know how easy it is, you know? Like, they're just gonna go home, talk to their mom, and like, hey mom, when you go to the store later, just get some Mountain Dew, Nutter Butter, and ammonium nitrate. Really important you get that ammonium nitrate. If you don't, you're gonna have to go to Cracker Barrel later. Anyway, I'll see you later. Mom, have a good night. Oh, it's a weird time in our country right now. There's a lot of stuff going on about racism. Oh, that's a huge topic these days. Racism, for the record, I'm against it. I know it's a bold stance in 2019, but easy audience claps. I love it, yeah. Just say something that's blatantly agreeable. The people that get on my nerves the most are the white supremacists. Those are the worst races. Those are the ones who believe that the white race is genetically superior to all the other races. Now, this is a very important follow-up question. Have you seen white supremacists? They do not look like genetically superior beings, you guys. They look like they were made of Arby's roast beef sandwiches. They really do. Just extra chunks of meat, sweating horsey sauce, like... You put a picture of Steve Bannon next to a picture of an Arby's beef and cheddar, you can't tell the difference at all. And I tried. After half an hour, I was like, one of these has the meat sweats, the other one, I think is an Arby's beef and cheddar, but I'm not sure. Other thing that's freaking me out the last few years is all the musicians are dying. What the hell is that? Like all these great musicians, you know, Prince, David Bowie, and Lemmy, and Merle, and Tom Petty, and the other old guy, just dropping. But Ozzy Osbourne is still walking the damn planet. I want to know how? Man, he's done so many drugs. Here's the deal. Here's how many drugs Ozzy Osbourne has done, guys. He got a start in the 70s singing for a band called Black Sabbath. They were the first heavy metal band to sing songs about the devil, like the actual devil. But then he got kicked out of that band in 1979 because of drugs. Nashville, how screwed up do you have to be? A lot more than that, I'll tell you that much. But how messed up on drugs do you have to be to get kicked out of a heavy metal band in the 1970s, man? It's like you get kicked B.B. King out of his blues band because he was too much of a bummer all the time. Like, dude, baby, we get it, you're sad. Go see a therapist or something. I don't know what to tell you. All right, guys, I'm Riley Fox. Thank you all so much. Have a good rest of your day.